So, welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today we're going to speak about two players. One that we've already signed, but is out on loan. And one that is our top goal scorer that could be leaving. So let's start off with Aubameyang. Aubameyang scored 2 in 2 the last two games. He's actually played really well in the last game against Chelsea. What a bullet header, by the way. But it wasn't just his goal in that game. I've been very critical of him off the ball. And that game, he was 10 out of 10. Absolutely superb performance from Aubameyang. Now, there's a lot of reports going around today, and this is what I find kind of funny when I read some of these reports, because it's the way that Arsenal fans react to positive news and negative news. I've seen a lot of people today saying, oh no, it's fake news. It's fake news. Aubameyang doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave. But cast your mind back to a couple of weeks ago when the same journalists were writing stories about Mikel Arteta's coming in. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. About 3, 4, 5 days before Arteta was announced, everyone's going, oh yes, Arteta's coming, Arteta's coming. So is the journalist making up the Arteta story? Well, he wasn't. So is he making up the Aubameyang story? Probably not. That's how I look at it. I think that, yes, they do chat a lot of rubbish, these journalists. It's their job to sensationalise a lot of things. But at the same time, you can't have it, well, when it's positive news, we'll believe that. And when it's negative news, oh no, that's fake news. There's no smoke without fire with this Aubameyang story. I personally believe he's going to go. I don't know whether he'll go in January, but I'm pretty confident that he won't be here come the start of next season. And that's kind of sad. At the same time, it's how we adapt to that. It's how we move forward as a football club. And it's how we spend the money we're going to get for him, basically. Because let's be honest here, he is fantastic. He's decent. He's a very, very good goal scorer. But on the flip side of that, if we took him out the team and got, say, Jovic, Werner, somebody in that mould, I don't know, Inaki Williams, just throwing that one out there, Callum Wilson, and people are going to sit and go, Callum Wilson, I'm just using examples. Callum Wilson, Inaki Williams, Werner, Jovic, players like this, and we still had a little bit of money left, for example, to go and put towards a midfielder or a defender, would that make Arsenal a better team? Not a better one-man or two-man. Would it make Arsenal a better team? Because we've had great goal scorers down the years, but we've had great teams. Then when you go on to, say, Robin van Persie, for example, Robin van Persie was an unbelievable goal scorer for one season for us, then for the season at Man United. But he scored so many goals in that one season. But guess what? We didn't win anything. Why is that? Because the team wasn't good enough. Now, fast forward all these years later, 8 years later, 9 years later, and we're in exactly the same position. And it's kind of mad when you think about it. We've got an unbelievable goal scorer up front, but the rest of the team is pretty dead. It is basic. And I just look at it and I think that as much as I like Aubameyang, and I do like him, I do think he's great in and around the box. I've said it millions of times. For me, he is the best. He's got the best movement in and around the box. As soon as he's in that 6 yard to 18 yard box, bang, the geezer comes alive. We see that again with his goal against Chelsea the other night, or the other afternoon, sorry. We see it again with his goal against Bournemouth. How many times is Aubameyang in the right spot at the right time? Yes, he misses a lot of chances, but he scores so many goals. And that was the same as Van Persie. Scored so many goals, but the team was just rubbish. You know, and I think that it wouldn't be the end of the world if Aubameyang did leave. I personally think he is going to leave. Like I said, there's no smoke without fire here. And we'll get decent money for him, don't get me wrong. But it's what Arsenal do. And do I trust Arsenal to go out there and buy what is required to make us a better team? I'm not so sure I do. We've got a player in Pepe who's been benched by 3 different managers, Emery, Freddie, Arteta. None of them fancy him. I don't understand why. You know, Reece Nelson's running around cones better in training. Is that the reason to start him? Probably not. And I see a couple of people say to me yesterday, but you underestimate what training does. Well, listen, Eden Hazard was one of the worst trainers on the planet. Match day, turn up and win a game on his ones. Couldn't care less what they're doing in training. Match day is where it counts. And there's been a lot of players over the years, going back all the way to Tony Adams and Paul Merson. Them lot were out on that all night, coming to training beard up or match day beard up, and perform on a match day and win games for us. So, yeah, I know football's evolved. Yeah, I know it's changed and all that. But there's a reason 3 managers are not picking Pepe. I don't know what that reason is. But maybe he'll be gone as well. Maybe he'll be leaving. Maybe he could be somebody we play up front. Who knows? I personally think that if you spend that much money on a player, you have to play him. And I think that Mikel Arteta, since he's been here, has gone with Lacazette both games. And he's put Aubameyang out on the left wing. For me, you're wasting him out there. Don't get me wrong, he's a professional. He's not gonna sulk, I don't think. A lot of people said when he came here, he'd come with big baggage. He was a nuisance. He was a problem in the dressing room. He used to upset other team members, upset the hierarchy with his antics and this and that. I've seen the complete opposite since he's been here. He has been nothing short of brilliant on and off the pitch since he's been here. But, like I said, it is not the end of the world if we sell him. I'm going to go back to the Coutinho deal. Coutinho was Liverpool's best player. They sold him for £140 million. By the way, Barcelona still owe about £60-70 million of that to Liverpool. So when people go, oh, but it's only Arsenal that pay in instalments, absolute rubbish. Barcelona have only paid just over half of that, I think. So Liverpool are still owed money. Now, they sold Coutinho and went and bought Van Dijk and Alisson, which made their team better. So for me, like I said, I don't think it'll be the end of the world if he goes, as long as we spend the money on the right players. And when I say the right players, I mean the right positions and players. Defence and midfield. We've got Gabriel Martinelli, we've got Pepe. What happens with that, I don't know. And we've got Lacazette. So we've got 3 players there that can play up front, that can score goals and have scored goals. They can't score as many as Aubameyang, granted. But as a collective, as a team, maybe we can. And maybe that'll make us better. So I don't know. Listen, leave that in the comment section down below. I'm sure this is going to go bubbling on all January. Let's move on to William Saliba. We signed him in the summer. Loaned him straight back out to St.Etienne, the club that we signed him from. And conflicting reports today. I'm still confused by this, if I'm being honest. We signed the guy. We loaned him back out. Whoever agreed that is a clown. Let's be real. Why would you spend 30 million quid on a defender to go, oh, here you go. Go back to your club that we're buying you from and get 2 injuries this season. Well done, mate. Well done. Who sanctioned that? Was that fraud Raoul or what? But I've seen conflicting reports. Some people are saying that we can get him now in January. We can go and get him into the club. And other reports are saying there's no clause in the contract to be able to do that. And yeah, it's one of them things. So I don't know. I think that my light's just gone as well. So apologies, but the light just died. So yeah, I don't know. But the one thing I do know is I don't want him until the summer because he's already had 2 injuries this season already. And he's going to come into a league that's going to be more physical, more demanding. It's going to be a quicker pace. It's going to be better players. He's going to have to move and twist a little bit better and quicker than he might have to in France. I'd keep him there. I'd keep him there and let him finish his season out there. He's back in training now. He'd done a metatarsal. I think it was his little toe, his little metatarsal. I think it was that one. So he's back in training now. And good luck to the lad. I hope he comes in the summer and I hope he smashes it. But ain't no way I want him now. Not after he's had 2 injuries this season. Keep him there. Let him get back into fitness. Let him get his game sharpness back up. Let him come to us in the summer and get through a pre-season. And then we kick on with a new Saliba. Bringing him in now, it's a panic. That's how I see that. But listen, I wanted to just reiterate that I did do Player of 2019 with Goal of 2019. Apologies to anyone who watched that. I did pick a goal from 2018. Yep, it's been a long year. And I did do my Goal and Player of the Decade videos. Now listen, the views ain't all that on them. Please go and check them videos out. They're the last ones on the channel before the streams. You can see them anyway. The thumbnail's got it in the thumbnail. It's got the title in there. Also later on today, Team of the Decade will be dropping, so keep your eyes peeled for that and show that some love. And also, 10 worst Arsenal moments of the decade and 10 best Arsenal moments of the decade. So do check them out when they come. Also, I'll be doing my combined Arsenal Man United 11 and my preview. Both of them will be live streams. Like I said, apologies, but my light did die towards the back end of this. It's sat in front of me. It's just gone ping. So yeah, sorry about that, but I will be back later. Go follow Facebook, Insta, they're in the description. And until later, I'm out of here.